back, my lord. I only just arrived myself.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into tires?
Aye.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
We've sent Cursebreakers to Martha's Rest, Dalamil, and Northreach. Hopefully they can help maintain the peace.
Cole told us everything that happened. It's a bit of a worry that both the Republican and Imperial armies are in disarray. But it was good to hear that the people stood their ground.
Was wondering when you had owls from all our friends thanking you. How is it you always manage to arrive?
Look, I suppose any word on the rest of them?
Let's see. Storm's still... The nations are still in chaos. And the skies are still the...
Right.
Clive, we knew this was gonna happen. Now's the time to visit the info...
Thank you, Otter.
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, 'twas not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive.
You are different. You're special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit. But they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind?
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. This is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
I'm sorry. Inside you?
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find a means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Joshua! Clive! It's Gav! There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
Well, what's the short of it?
It's all Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The city guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map. Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, Bed is where you should be bound.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
All right, we travel together.
Clive!
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
I'll look after him.
My attendant was with me in the Dominion before I primed. She would have watched the battle unfold and witnessed its outcome. I trust you'll...
You know how I feel about this. But your brother's stubbornness knows no bounds. I'm starting to... It runs in the family.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be thunder?
Good morrow to you, my friend. I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before. You wish to study the tomes? Did you learn everything you needed?
Sid, perhaps you can help me.
I can certainly try.
It's not who, but what. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight. My first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they swore they had nothing to do with their having to, which almost certainly means...
Perhaps a visit from...
I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. But if they have, I'll have no choice but to discipline them accordingly. They were in the atrium when I last saw them, as always.
Seems the hideaway is lost.
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his...
We're all gonna die! You hear me?
What do you reckon we should do? I say we should just tell Michelle.
Sid!
Hard at your studies, I see. It's not a set of...
No.
Well,
And just how long hasn't it?
we're so...
But we didn't break them.
Just like Miss Mididol.
Miss Mididol.
Because that's the only way...
Miss Mididol said, the best way I see how some...
Well then, your work is already half done.
The taking apart was easy enough.
Speak for yourself.
You three need to learn to take responsibility. So let's have a look at these parts with fresh eyes, shall... All right. Everything here was once part of Miss... Every piece has its own role to play. If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. You already know one of the pieces. The body. This is called the arm.
You're right.
You've ridden a chocobo before.
Oh, think...
Hold the...
Good thinking. These round parts are called the...
I do. But these aren't for frying bangers, you idiot.
What are the chains for?
Well spotted. This tiny piece is what...
I have.
She puts them in...
That's right.
I remember the arm.
Not my fault.
You know what part's supposed to move, and so...
Not a bad idea. So...
I think we've...
Then here's...
Well, obviously you need to start with the body.
And the arms go on the body, and then...
Very good.
Yes.
Well...
Oh, I just put the pieces together.
That's right.
Her hair.
Yeah. Hair's for the future. She's showing...
Woody.
With a little more help from Miss Mididol and Miss Shirley.
You hear that?
Until then, though...
Hey, look.
You don't think Sid...
Seems the hideaway is...
There's a storm coming, Sid. Will there be fun?
Well?
It was as you thought. The children, they dismantled them to...
Oh, no.
Thankfully she won't. Although I was the one who ended up teaching.
I'm so sorry, Sid. I shall see that the children...
Please, there's no need. It seems to have... She'd have them follow in her foot.
I see. Sid, do you know...
She told me it was because her studies had been interrupted by events in camp.
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. To anyone else, it would be an opportunity. But to Mid, who lost both her... But that should come as no surprise. She's only ever...
Which explains... She's working to give them a better life. And so should I.
Oh, you've given them far more than that.
Oh, that blasted book. Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well...
Are you sure it's me you're looking for?
I'm all the cook will be needing, thank you very much. What I want... You remember Ivan's stew, right? So I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces.
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped?
Yeah, but this is my blooming kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be seen as playing favourite...
I've never been one to play favourites, Molly. So...
A fried mortress of recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like myself. Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's...
Ivan said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries.
Wow. Kindly old fella who haunts...
Fine. And if he does, I'll see if I can...
You do that. Lest we for...
Lawsman Harpocrates. I've come to...
Valisthea Cullen. The young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew.
That's actually why I'm here. I don't suppose...
So the fabled Sandbricois delicacy is next on the menu. Now, Skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name for the wyvern.
Dragon livers.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more. I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the blue...
So we know where to look for our liver.
Saint's bonnet, in contemporary parlance. A herb which I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their heady scent alone. I may add that people once believed game was best served with the flora that sustained it in life. In which regard, fright...
Meaning that if I find...
Best of luck, Clive, and do...
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be...
It's like a dream. The four of us out walking like we used to.
Enjoying this, are you? Gav and the others could be in danger as we speak.
You're right. I'm sorry. Yote.
ghosts at the gates, not Daisy.
You needn't fret. The creatures
To the meadows, then.
ready, go? Run like the wind.
Socrates said I should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers. Should be easy enough to spot. This must be our wyvern. Right. Let's get this over with. Nice try. That's the wyvern's liver. Now I just need to find the herbs. Bright yellow with a heady scent. I think that's everything Molly needs to resurrect her recipe. Better head back.
It seems the hideaway's lost its appetite.
So,
I did, and he was as helpful as ever.
and what precisely will I be cooking up? Or is it better not to know?
Blueback wyvern liver.
Ah, now then. Let's hope these grand... And here, Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption. Well, I said...
And rightly so.
So...
What? The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. Yet, it is the piquant kiss of the saint's bonnet. It is a tour de force. A force of nature.
I think he likes it.
I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking.
Decent. Sid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and...
I'll give it some...
I gonna do? Oh.
But no more.
Is everything all right, Goots? You seem more discomposed than usual.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but I'm in a bit of a... Oh, I think Nan might be in...
It's all right.
Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. But she'd never do business with baddies. Especially, I wanted to ask her about it myself, but she'd never...
Don't worry.
Oh, you let...
Of course. Lady Karen.
Not nearly as...
You're doing good.
Can't complain. What exactly? Not once in 5 long years do you pay...
Just... all right.
Oh. Are you?
All I know is that someone...
And what? You believe it? Look, I've done things I'm not proud of. But that woman is no more.
You're right, Lady Karen. It was wrong of me...
No. I reckon you've got better things to do.
Of course. I spoke with that the rumors were unfounded, and that I was a fool for thinking, along with some other things, that made her feelings clear. And while it sounds like she may have done things she regretted...
Oh, well, I knew Nan wasn't caught. But why would people say she...
No, but people do things for all sorts of reasons.
Well, I'm going to find out. That trader, he said so that's where I'm going.
Are you sure that's wise? Whoever's...
Oh, boy.
Bandits may be no more, but look what they've left us.
It shouldn't be too hard to find goods.
The gentleman of the town guard.
Could be I know something more.
Clive! I found someone who says he's a...
Have you?
Go on.
All right. It's like I said. A wizened old crone by the name of... Says the more swords and spears she puts in people's hands, and the more war being waged. And who... Why, the...
And you've seen...
Aye. You'll find her right here.
Here in Delaware? Where exactly?
She has a stall here in the market. But if you're not, that it'd be a bolder man than me that braved that. Feeling bold, traveler? Now, if that's all...
Sorry to have kept...
You don't think Nan's the Reaper?
Not unless she's discovered the secret of how to be...
Eh?
Lady Karen hasn't left the hideaway in weeks. So who has been running this store he spoke of? And I'll visit this store.
All right.
You too, Goods.
It has long been my habit to keep a watchful eye on the comings and goings around Dallas.
The safety of the town is in our hands.
Time to brave the Viper's Nest.
Just you, is it? Thought I might have laid it on a...
It was a fairly So...
That's a die a slow death. Boys, he's on...
Leave now, and we can pretend this didn't happen.
Oh, you've done it now.
Go on. Tell me what I've...
When the Borgwin finds out you've killed his men, he only wanted that bull of a manservant. You weren't even...
What were you going to do?
The Borgwin wanted him to... I was only supposed to point the... Then you... Well...
You're not worth the effort. I need to find Goots.
Get your filthy paws off me, you naughty-pated lout!
Stop calling me names! And stop spreading them horrible lies about Nan!
Well, that will be easy enough, for they are not lies. Every last word...
Goose.
He's got... He said she had to pay him...
After what she did, it is only right. That Goots, was it? Only run along.
No.
No.
I don't care what she did. Promise, or I'll...
Goots.
Enough!
Karen.
But how did you?
You're a sight less clever than you... Though it was just... I thought the years might have taught you some sense. But what was it we called you?
You.
Everything was all... And now you'll find...
Goots, you...
If you want to... You'll have to go through me.
You great galoot. Out of the way. You remember what you told an eye for an wise. And now... Sorry to keep...
Is he...
Dead? No. It isn't easy going through life after all that.
You don't mean...
Oh, don't tell me. Lost it to old wet legs back when we were... Said I'd stolen from his strongbox. I'd done nothing of the sort, so I took some of my own. Sorry, lost everything. His coin, but he crossed... He didn't hurt.
No, but...
Well, if he does, best we tell... But something tells me... Right.
Remind me never to cross you.
Nothing like a dish of...
I didn't. I just thought...
Aye. Well, someone had to. Reckon the both of us would be worse. You've always been, and I'd have you stay that way.
Well, I will. If you...
Why, you're fine.
Thanks,
There's nothing he wouldn't do for you.
That's as maybe. But if he's ever to make it, he'll need to start looking out for himself as well. Till then, he'll need people to watch his back, just like you did in Dalamil. Don't think I didn't appreciate that.
Of course. His family.
Stop it. You make me one good eye, mister. I don't go thinking that'll do you any favours. A potion today'll cost you the same as it did yesterday.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into time? Rutherford. Where would he be among?
Fate seemed bent on driving me from my inn. But if they want me out, I'm gonna have to try harder.
Sorry, but if you're looking for a bed, there's none to be had right now. We're already sharing our cots with masterless bearers and those who fled the floods.
Martha's got a big heart. It's a pity there's so many who are having to take advantage of it.
My lord Marquis, is that you? It is you. I am Sebastian Rutherford, chief...
Of course.
Yes, my lord.
And what was so sensitive that you couldn't put...
1,000 apologies, my lord.
It's all right.
I am here tasked with learning what I am able... And what I have learned is grim. The subsequent darkening of the heavens has only made things... The gears of governance of the realm threat. Your lord uncle, however...
That sounds...
It is. Hence my having enlisted. Alas, I have lost contact. They are both able-bodied and trained in the sword, yet...
So you want me? I'll need to know whether...
One I sent to investigate.
That doesn't exactly narrow it down.
Thank you, my lord.
It's not going to be easy finding one man in an entire republic. Let's hope someone here's seen something.
Mummy?
The gentleman of the town guard.
Someone's got himself in trouble.
I don't see your mask, so you can start by giving... I already... Please!
I'll deal with...
You that one's mask.
Or you can go back to your garage.
Oh, you... He hasn't had many visitors since... It's over.
I'd expect as much from Hugo's faithful, but...
Much has changed in the Republic.
You've seen this kind of thing before?
Many times.
You're one of Rutherford's. He sent me to look...
Well, then you have my thanks. I fancy I could... I arrived in Dalimil several days ago, but when I called upon his men confiscated my effects...
The captain is no more.
Fortunately, I was able to bribe my way free. Only to be stopped again.
What of the Fist Central... Surely they wouldn't allow such lawlessness amongst their ranks.
I would imagine they are unaware of it. Most of the army has fallen back to the capital and hunkered down behind her walls. Those who weren't recalled now rule the fringes unchecked, answering to no one but themselves.
Then it's worse than we imagined. You should return to Rosaria. It's not safe here.
I'll find a caravan heading north. You won't mind if I borrow one of these soldiers' coin purses?
Not at all. Now, if he was bound for Orifla... There's a lot of road between here and the capital. Rutherford's man could be anywhere. What happened here?
If you're with... They've already relieved...
I'm not.
Then you found him. I'm Alistair Rockford.
Of the Seven High. It's been... Is she well?
My Lord Marquis? I was on my way back from the old capital.
Bandits?
They looked more like... It didn't matter in the end.
Which way did they go?
South.
All right. Founder knows I've met enough of them. You head back to Northreach. Visit the Vale.
Thank you.
They just couldn't resist, could they?
This one's ours, pretty boy.
Make for the town while you can. Then maybe...
You don't need to tell me twice.
This looks to be...
I thought I told you to make for the...
And stand by, as ill might befall.
It's just Clive, which is more than gonna be...
I will survive.
Strange that the garrison wouldn't intervene in such a brazen...
The garrison have their hands full inside the city. There are few hands left to work the fields, and even the market stalls are nearly bare. And the price for what remains is... When I said the ones who attacked me didn't have the look of bandits, I meant it.
Rockford, if you are to continue your... You first...
I shall return to Northrop, but allow me to thank...
Don't thank me.
I suppose he'll be wondering where I shall send a Bastolus as soon as I'm able. Good day.
My uncle certainly has his work cut out for him. I should go and tell Rutherford that his colleagues are still in one piece. I see you're still here.
The rest's location affords a constant... Speaking of which, I received word from...
I only happen to be in the right... They both seem to think the realm...
I am afraid the storm is in crisis. And we must...
As it is mine. Better already. Good girl. We can use the ruins to cross the ravine.
Assuming they will allow it, the Echoes have a will of their own. Have care.
You deserve a rest. Nice try.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Tell us about Yote, Joshua.
She's strong-willed, loyal, and deadly with a blade. Much like Clive, but with better manners.
I do. Where are you off to now, then? Bound for the Free Cities, perhaps? Oh, no need to say if you'd rather not. We all have our reasons. Ain't exactly feeling like sharing with strangers myself, you know? Truth be told, I could do with a bit of inspiration. Don't know which way to turn no more. Was doing a roaring trade back in Oriflamme. Right up until the poor Drake lost her noggin. So, thought I'd try me luck in the desert. And the Fang went the same way. And don't get me started on the mess in the bloomin' Dominion. Suppose I could try Canver next. But knowing my luck, the old place be crawling with the work before I'd even sat out me stall. As I always say, where there's crisis, there's opportunity. The opportunity to mint Gil, that is. So, where to next? Is there any money to be made in Ash? Do orcs even carry Gil?
You're injured. What happened here?
Swallowduck. My own men. There's a village not...
I'll go. Rest well, son. You said the encampment was close. Let's hope the Akashic are still there.
Another ether flood. They're everywhere now.
We can't go around it.
Then we'll just have to be careful.
Right. I got here in time.
Someone there! Please, I can't move my leg!
That doesn't sound like an Akashic. You're with the battalion?
I am.
Taken care of.
Another survivor.
His wounds were...
He was right to send you. Tabor is safe, thanks to you.
seem... You must have me confused.
Wait. Son of a whore. I was there! In Kosnis when you killed my brothers.
My war with Hugo Kupka is over.
And what of my ill will?
When your wounds have healed and your head has cooled, come and find me if you must. Though I hazard your life would be better spent in service of those who need it.
My oath!
I know how hard they are to keep. Which is why...
No. Lord Kupka told us of your crimes. You...
Man.
I am nothing like you. Just know that I...
Good girl.
Yeah!
All right.
We're nearly there.
Have you been to Tabor before?
There are a few places I haven't.
That'll do, girl.
Welcome, travelers. We don't get many visitors here in Tabor.
Where now, Joshua?
There is a residence just inside the city gates. She awaits us within.
My Lord Marquis, it is an honor. I am Yote, Knight of the Undying, charged with the protection of His Grace Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix.
Of course. It all makes sense now.
Would you care to elaborate?
The Undying are loyal servants to the ducal throne. Or more specifically, to its heir. They have served our family for generations, albeit from the shadows.
Since their inception, they have been tasked with the preservation and enactment of the rites of ancestral communion. After the events at Phoenix Gate, it was the Undying who delivered me to safety. And since the day I left Rosaria, Yote has been my constant companion and protector. Without her sword, I would not have survived my journey across the realm.
Rise, Lady Yote. You saved my brother. I owe you a debt I can never repay.
I but did my duty.
Come now. Tell us what you've discovered.
Your Grace. It is as you feared. The vessel we spied off the coast of the Crystalline Dominion on the night of her fall. It was the Einherjar. Beyond any doubt.
The Black Galleon.
Joshua, the Einherjar is the Royalists' flagship. What business would they have in the Dominion?
Upon learning of Waloed's involvement in recent events at Drake's Fang, I sensed the malign influence of Ultima, and bid Yote and the Undying look into the matter.
We have reason to believe that the Black Galleon weighed anchor shortly after the fighting began, and set a course due south.
For Canva. Then it is Waluda Knights who besiege the cities.
What is left of them? Yes. And the Black Galleon sails at but one man's behest. Barnabas Tharm.
But are we truly safe here in the Agora?
The city guard have been paid, if that's what you're implying.
All the more reason for them to run.
Well, you are free to leave, Lord Minister.
Markets abandoned, warehouses aflame, blackened hulls choking every port in the capital. Canva is ruined.
The realm teeters on the brink of chaos, and all you can think about is commerce!
Forgive us. We were not aware Dhalmekia now subsisted on charity.
How dare you?
Distinguished members of the Council, you must forgive His Majesty this intrusion.
What is the meaning of this?
A trifle crowded, but I fear it will have to serve, my liege.
Very well.
My colleagues, do you not see? The king! He has come to save us from the Akashic! He is a gift from the heavens, divine intervention, our very salvation.
And of course, if it is compensation he requires, we would be most willing to negotiate a fair price for services rendered.
Fools! Your ignorance unbecomes you.
Your Majesty, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would swear that the fiends washing the cobbles of Canva with the blood of her citizens wear the colors of Walud. Ha! So you do not deny it. Guards, fetter them, and see our guests to the dungeons!
Enough. Pathetic creatures. That you should imagine yourselves worthy of salvation. The girl is still here, somewhere in the city, her consciousness fair dripping with her late father's hubris. A consciousness to which Mythos is inextricably bound and inexorably drawn. See that he is made welcome.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Come, Mythos. Surely the prince's light cannot have sated you. So then, how long has Walud been under Ultima's control?
How long indeed? Based on what we know of Barnabas's actions, I would guess some few years, mayhap more.
But to what end? What does Ultima want?
The tapestry. Show them.
Phoenix Gate, Drake's Breath, and now here. But what is it?
It is old, ancient, even. Naught remains of the faith it represents, save what can be gleaned from the image itself. None could tell me what the one in the apothecary meant, even the Undying. But I believe it may be the key to discerning Ultima's purpose. That figure in the center, the one beneath whom the icons congregate, that I believe to be Ultima. He is a god, or at least godlike, his very existence beyond our ken. The icons, and by extension their dominants, are meant to be his subjects, and while some, like Barnabas, have accepted this role, others have rejected it, like you, Clive, which is rather inconvenient, as it appears he needs you most of all. And gods don't like to be disobeyed.
No, I don't suppose they do.
Clive, may I tell Yote of the lake?
By all means.
Yote, I will be accompanying my brother to the Free Cities. Whilst we are afield, I would have you watch over those Clive has made his wards. Umielos delan tuisag ilith. Though well concealed, the hideaway lacks trained fighters to defend its occupants should they be discovered.
But it is my duty to...
As it has ever been my brother's duty, remember.
If that is your wish, Your Grace. But please be safe. If aught were to befall you,
You have my word.
Farewell, my lord, my lady.
We are in your debt, Yote.
Let's find our friends.
It's plain she cares for you very deeply.
And I her, which is why I had to let her go.
Opportunity beckons. Who among you is Is that blade for hire, perchance?
Figuratively.
Well, a passing caravan carried with it a rumor most fortuitous. Dread Evis are aggressive beasts, compelled as they are to acts of violence.
How do you want to sell?
Eventually, yes. Though I would have it tanned, Dread Evis skin is a rare thing indeed. But the worked bring me that beast's skin, and I will share.
All right.
Of course you will. Leave Tabor through the east gate, but take the... I eagerly await your...
So it's these stones to Canva, and the rest of the boxes
that Cyril Those are not fish, don't you think?
Scholarly sorts like you always are.
How are those new boots treating
You there! The strapping lad with the sword.
Careful how you pack that leather. Any crystals.
Cyril. How fares the search?
Well, Your Grace, my report shall be with you ere long.
Ah, yes. Yotei is otherwise engaged, at my behest.
And the duty of wardenship?
Fulfilled. For as you see, I've been reunited with my first shield.
I am Cyril, Knight of the Undying and bearer of the Burning Quill, charged with chronicling the mortal deeds of His Grace, Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix and rightful Archduke of Rosaria.
I entrusted Cyril here with overseeing the investigation into Ultima's origins. Findings from his brothers and sisters afield are delivered here to be collated and catalogued.
Just how many Undying are there?
Not nearly enough, milady. Yet we are glad to give our all in service to the Phoenix. Such is, and has ever been, our creed.
I see.
You have your associates, I have mine. But you may now think of them as ours. That won't be a problem, will it?
The Phoenix is our sun, and we but the shadows that quicken in his radiance. It is from the darkness that we serve, both him and now you. Pray accept this token. For as long as you bear it, members of our... If there is nothing...
No.
Your Grace.
To Canva, then.
We'll talk about this. Cyril seemed very, You certainly keep strange bedfellows, Joshua.
The free cities under siege?
Ready, go? Faster!
Are you sure this is the right way, brother?
Time to fight.
Enough of you, are there?
Fly, Ambrosia.
There's still plenty of fight in him yet. The sooner it's off my hands, the better. Here's your hide.
I worried you might never return. Quickly, let me see. Oh, that's clearly my trust in you was not misplaced. Join.
I don't plan on making a habit of this.
Very well. Do not.
Are you buying or selling? Come again.
You wouldn't happen to have a decent whetstone, would you, madam?
I'm sure I can find you.
So it's these stones to Canva, and the rest of the boxes.
That Cyril fella's an odd fish, don't you think?
Well, scholarly sorts like you always are.
How are those new boots treating you?
You there! Finally. Hello?
Is something wrong?
At the university, the students would hang on.
The university?
A specialist in ancient cultures. The most accomplished in all Valistheas. In my heyday, no obstacle could have kept me from my studies. The answers I seek lying just be. Would you do an old man a kind?
Climb the stairs.
And memorize a few inscriptions for some courteous soul is. Three of them, to be precise. I'm here in the hope that those carvings might name.
I can't promise.
Remember what you can.
history would be complete without mention of the mother crystals.
Why won't the sky go back to how it was? I don't like it.
So it's these stones to Canva, and the rest of the boxes.
Not a scratch on them.
What golden plains might the wanderers have called home, I wonder?
Your leg, mister.
That mark. You must be Lord Rosfield. A pleasure to make your acquaintance, my lord. I, too.
Farmers must have settled here in Tabor. I should speak to the old scholar before I forget everything I've read. The engravings were in good repair, considering.
Oh, what that I could have seen. Oh, come, don't tease me.
Guardians of the Crypt. I'm pretty sure that.
Fascinating. It would seem the founder, but whatever could have driven the
Voyages.
See?
I'm growing. Wanderers of the Golden Plains. Lay your roots in stone, or.
No doubt you're right. There are vestiges of nomadic customs in Tabor. This is proving most enlightening. Now, for the final stone.
Children of the Hunters. Now tillers of. That's all three.
And so, we add primitive farmer, 3 engravings. 1 guardians of the mother crystal, wanderers from across the... Little wonder it was so difficult to trace the roots of Tabor's culture. Nonetheless, one cannot help but wonder why this fact is not better known among scholars, given that the...
Too many stairs, perhaps.
Ha!
Careful how you pack that leather. Any creases or scratches.
Ah, Lord Rosfield. I'm afraid I cannot stay to talk. I must leave to collect reports.
There are horrible beasts down that way. Ashen terrors who'll kill you as soon as look at you. Would that I had the strength to kill.
Let's go.
Let us be rid of them.
Run like the wind.
I can walk from here. Come on.
Yeah! Ready, go? Run like the wind.
Clive. Smoke.
Is the city fallen?
Free men are still holding their own, then.
Do we have any idea where Gav and the others might be?
There's a warehouse near the docks where we agreed to meet if there was any trouble. We should hurry.
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need behind.
You know what you have to do. Clive, as you know, our time grows short. The Lord Chief Justice's vultures are Before we part, I want you to know that, though I may not always have...
Thank you. I appreciate his revenge.
It is the one and it is all that I have lived for.
But what of Lostwing?
I built Lostwing to achieve this aim. Once it is done, my comrades and I are sure of our cause, but there are those among us who cannot. I would place Lostwing in their hands, if I thought it would, but a village home only to the frail and the infirm is not... And so, Clive, will you take them to your hideaway, that they might...
I will.
Thank you. I will not have it said that I did not see... The people I speak of have withdrawn to Gotan's Bales.
Understood.
Then the last of my preparation, and may...
On then, brother. We are awaited in Gotan's bales.
Everyone. You can no longer guarantee your protection, but I...
Well, if that's... Sid, none of us will be standing here today. We owe him our lives. If he's saying we ain't safe in Lost Wing no more, and if that's what has to happen, then so be it. We get to...
I hope so.
Oi! You lot! Where's everyone else? They not...
They've gone with Master Quentin.
Fuck.
What's wrong?
I've just come from the Justice's manor. It ain't just the Black Shields protecting the place. He's got a gun. They don't stand a chance again. They're all gonna fuck...
Sid! We can't let Quentin die before...
All right. Where is this man?
It's way over to the east.
Promise us, Sid.
Come on.
Yeah!
All right.
Clive, look.
No. Don't tell me we're too late. Quentin, are you all right?
No. But I am alive. Which is more than I can say for my comrades. They followed me without question all the way here. And they died. For nothing.
This must be the guard dog. Quentin. I'll hold it up.
But
your comrades didn't die for nothing. Don't let their sacrifice be in...
I won't.
Come on, then.
That is no more guard dog.
No. Just a rabid beast that needs to be put down. Is it over?
It is. He wept and begged for me, just as I dreamed of doing. All my plans. Building a haven in Lostwing, it was all for the... But what is? My faithful comrades.
Quentin.
Master
You?
And it's Lostwing.
What? Lostwing. My Lostwing.
And look who's here.
They must have stolen in after we left, just before the flood struck. What if there are still people in there?
Don't be a fool.
Damn it.
Richard's not going to last long in there.
Then we finish this quickly.
I need to find Quentin. Quentin. Thank the Founder. He has... Welcome back to the The flood has filled.
I see. Then all is a strange way.
No, Master Quentin.
Why? All that I strove for is gone. I have nothing.
Well, the heck are you? You've got us, ain't you? Don't try telling me you only freed us so you could get revenge.
But I prayed and I prayed. Can't we just go back to how it was?
Your work ain't over yet. We believed that you were the right man.
Your village may be lost, so long as you remain to guide them.
But why? Why would anyone...
Because we're family, aren't...
Family?
Yeah. And all our comrades. Lostwing weren't just a village.
It was. And as long as we're still it...
We can start again. Build a new Lost...
A fresh one life end. Why just a village? What's to stop?
That's the Master Quentin.
Please. Quentin will, after all. Permit me to withdraw. I will no longer be needing your help.
I'll pretend you never asked.
But you must be rewarded for your efforts on our behalf.
A bottle or two of your finest.
Of course. And I have a feeling that if you don't...
I look forward to...
They are right, you know. Lostwing...
Clive.
Oh?
You remember how some of Sir Wade's guardians took... Well, now the rest have come to join him. Seems they're barracks in the Lazarus. Now, I don't mind having a few more brave boys around to keep them animals, but we ain't got nowhere for 'em to bed down. Poor buggers are having to make do with hay. I'd build 'em a new barracks here if I... But where would I put 'em? They're just in... Which leaves us in a bit of a pickle. The people we're counting on to keep...
I see.
And it isn't just that lot. There's been more and more of them turning up lately, coming from, but there's only so many we can shelter. We can't keep cramming more and more people into less and less space, and that's what I was hoping you...
It's no but.
Thank you.
So?
Well, I reckon we could...
Eastpool. It's been a long time since...
It was a tragedy, and if any of us could have done anything, but what's done is done. And those who lived there...
I suppose you're...
The blight might be pressing in, but I reckon it's got... There's just one. A band of cutthroats have made it their den. Nasty bastards they are too. Would have sent someone to clear 'em out sooner if my boys did. But now we've got a few more guardians of the flame to call on.
I do. Eastpool was once home to people I loved.
And I know the men. I've already shared a few thoughts with Sir Wade about how we... And I dare say he's got some ideas of his own too.
Of course.
Back to Eastpool, then.
Not just yet. Let's hear Wade's plan first. So, Wade.
And you, Lord Rosfield.
I spoke with Mum. She tells me you have plans to
That's right. I rather fear my men have been treading on her toes somewhat since... And then there are the bearers. Men and women who found the courage to... We need somewhere to settle them. And
As can I, which is why I agreed to help you.
That's very kind of you. With you beside us, we shall soon send that rabble of...
So?
That thankfully there aren't too many of them. And rather less, thankfully. The road that leads there, a small force would suffice to clear the village. But if the Akashic were to follow them in, that force could end up...
I'll head into Eastpool and deal. You and the Guardians can stay outside the village and fend off any Akashic who can't. Make sure I'm not taken unawares.
I can't ask you to bear all that risk.
The Akashic are the bigger risk. I can...
Well, I shall summon my men at once.
Shall I?
No need, my lord. You go on ahead.
All right.
We shall see you there.
Caution, brother. Who the hell are you? Kill them!
You will leave this place or face the consequences. That's the end of that, then. Or maybe not. What's that thing doing?
Doesn't matter. It goes too. Nice try.
Any more surprises?
Bravo. A magnificent display, my lord.
You were watching. I thought you were keeping an eye out for a Kashik.
We were. Put down more than a few on the road.
Let's hope it was the last of its kind.
I would hope so.
Your men will be bringing the bearers who'll be It might be best to send word for them to come right away.
Of course. Leave it with me.
Home. No. We're the masters.
That's all of them. And not a sink. Now to begin the important work of rebuilding. It won't be easy. Especially not after 5 years. The masonry might still be sturdy enough, but half the beams are rotted. It'll take a bit of elbow grease. But we'll see.
So wait, if you don't mind, I'd like us.
Of course.
I'll let Martha know that everyone arrived. If you need anything more.
And we will, my lord.
Eastpool lives again.
Let's go and tell Martha the good news.
Sir Wade told me you got rid of the bandits while his lot. What's all this about? Some shapeshift? On second thoughts, don't tell me. It'll only give me nightmares of me own. What matters is...
I suppose it will be.
What else? Sir Wade said it best. There's plenty bad happened to that place. But that don't undo the good that happened there.
Did Wade say that?
Well, something along those lines. Anyway, the poor souls might have made it to Eastpool. So the way I see it, if it's food or lumber or strong back...
Thank you, Martha.
No, thank you.
I wanted...
You won't find a finer array this side of the strait.
If we're going to do this, we'll need...
Clive, it just so happens that right at this very moment...
And what talents?
Why, your fearlessness...
I'm listening.
Well, as I'm sure you're aware, when these dark skies swept... Randalar has been particularly badly affected. None remain free for long, of course. Most find themselves under the... But the army, too, is in disarray, and finds itself unable to provide for its new charges. Which mean...
And you've been looking to buy, to make sure these masterless bearers...
Precisely. It's the perfect opportunity to free dozens more.
So where does my skill with the blade...
Though we may have the funds to buy these bearers, we have nowhere to house them. So we've been searching for a place where they can be resettled.
And we believe we have found one. The place was abandoned a long time ago.
And so, we seek the aid of a fearless swordsman to...
How could I
Excellent. Theo?
Of course.
Sounds like you'll have your work.
I will. We have an entire village, even if So I'd better get... Try to clear the place out before the wagon.
I'll do my best.
You will find a village in Chaidra's Thread, past Lateney's Cleft.
All right.
I'm sure you won't need it.
Come on.
This must have been a nice place once.
It will be again.
Last of them.
I think you're right. Is something the matter, Theo? Quiet.
Those are our terms.
I shall.
Him again.
Someone you know?
Yes, but enough about him.
It's done.
You may...
I should go and let...
Don't let me... but Clive... Don't... She'll only get upset. I'll explain everything once you've...
All right. Eloise, I just got back.
Thank you, Clive. Here. Well then, Now that you have laid the... I suppose the first thing we'll need to do is make sure our offer...
You're still in negotiation?
We are. A trusted colleague has been dealing with the Fist on our behalf. I suppose it's to be expected. But we shall emerge victorious.
Well...
I'm...
You wanted to talk?
The man I was watching earlier, the one speaking, he represents the Silver Peak Consortium. It's...
I don't think I've heard of them.
Well, every trader in Dharmekia has, and they're still expanding. They've been trying, and judging by her reaction earlier,
And you'd rather she did?
I would rather she did what makes her happy, and I would never deny her such an opportunity. Eloise saved me from slavery. And but this was not the life my sister wanted. I won't let her give up on her dreams again. She freed me from and she must be freed.
You're a good man, Theo.
I have always been grateful for and I want to repay the favor. But each time an opportunity to do just that.
She loves you.
And I love her. Which is what, though I'm sure I'll still need some help from time to...
Always.
Thank you, Clive. Well then, these bearers aren't... That's a job for the...